Okay, guys, normally I kick us off, but this time I'm having Alana here and she's going to give me a topic that I don't know about, but it's to be around a betrayed partner. So, Alana, what are we talking about?
You can see my big grin if you're watching this on YouTube because I think you're going to panic when I tell you what the topic is. I see this come up a lot, and women wonder, why is my husband not open to my feedback? Like, why, when I try to give him advice, he won't hear it from me? When I try to help him or say, hey, listen to this podcast, he won't hear it from me. But then he goes to group and some guy says it. And it's like he's heard it for the first time, or his therapist will say it. And it's like, oh my gosh, this new concept. Why can he not hear things from me?
Okay, cool. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about today, y'all. So we're going to dive into this. I'm excited. Welcome to Beyond the Facade podcast. I'm your host, Luke Gordon, and I'm thrilled to have you join me in this space today. What we're going to be doing is diving deep into the trials and triumphs and truths of seeking authenticity. Becoming your true self isn't about a single action or moment. It's a relentless pursuit, a commitment to self that reveals the rich connection and meaning that our life has to offer. So whether this is your first time tuning in or you're a regular listener, know this: what you're building here goes beyond a conversation. You're here to challenge, to change, and to celebrate the incredible journey of becoming your authentic self. Because when you dare to show up fully, the rewards are immeasurable. So welcome to Beyond the Facade. Let's get started. All right. So Alana, I'm going to repeat that question back to you and you can make sure I heard it right. Okay. So why will he not listen to me when I have things that can be helpful, but he'll listen to other people? Why does he hear it from them, but not me? Why can't he hear it? Is that what you heard you say?
Exactly. Yeah.
Can I give what his question would be in the exact same scenario?
Please.
Okay. So what his question would be is why does my partner keep giving me stuff to do? Why are they giving me a checklist of stuff to do? When is the checklist going to stop coming? Okay. I use their energy, right? Did you notice? Like, have you,
You
I
probably have
might,
a bunch of women like get a little ruffled with that energy.
I
Um,
know.
well, it's
Before,
funny because then my brain goes, yeah. So why is he not open to my influence?
yeah, yeah.
Especially if I just want to help.
Well, I can grab the energy because this is the question that I asked in my recovery, right? Which is, I can't keep up. I can't read another book. I can't listen to another podcast. To answer that question, as if I was talking to a betrayed partner, right? That's what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I would say because remember Charlie Brown, where his teacher talks, but it was just wah, 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 wah. Okay, so be careful. I'm telling the betrayed partners are listening. You are not the wah, wah, wah person. Okay, I'm using this as an analogy. What you have to say is really important and really good. What I want to tell you is you can't understand that teacher when you're watching a Charlie Brown episode. It makes no sense. So what's happening is when you are talking, he has so much other stuff going around. It's not about what you're asking in that moment. It's about the thousands of experiences that he feels like he's had that have gone sideways with your asks in the past, with your requests in the past. So it's around shame. It's around being enough. It's around cognitive distortions, which are just shortcuts of how this is going to go this time. So it's really just it's a distracted mind in a message that you're giving. And the reason why other people get to say it and you can't is because there's not those cognitive distortions. There's not that clutter and that static associated with that message because there's no bad experiences. It's why it's why this person is such a good, I'm going to do textbook here a little bit. I'm going to speak in generalities, which isn't completely fair. It's the same reason that it exists where that person might be a good people pleaser or everybody loves them is because there's not that high of an expectation because he gets new people all the time. He doesn't have a lot of bad experience with them. So it's easy to give them what they want, but it's harder to give somebody what they want that they've disappointed in the past or that's perceived disappointment.
Yeah, what I hear in that is a lot of shame. And if it's you're the person that they have hurt, I'm speaking to the betrayed partner, you're the person that they've hurt. Naturally, with you in particular, so much more shame will be likely to come up. And so I'll use the analogy of if you imagine shame like a big folder, and I want to see my partner, and then something comes up and my shame is activated. It puts this big folder in front where I can't see around my shame to hear clearly or see the other person. And so it as long as this is happening, it tells me as a professional that my client still has a lot of shame that needs to be worked through and needs to be healed.
And it doesn't matter how articulate and how good you are at that message. There's not a perfect delivery. We're going to take a quick break for a moment. I want to let you know of some things that we have coming up at Choose Your Recovery Services. I'm very excited to tell you about the Unmasked Intensive we have coming up in May. It's May 13th through the 16th in Spanish Fork, Utah. The name of the intensive is Unmasked Paths to Authentic Masculinity. Let me tell you some of the things we're going to accomplish. We're going to explore some root causes, like at the end of the day, what's underneath this behavior? What's the why behind it? What's the insights into understanding why my behavior existed, the one that kept me in secrecy and hiding? We're going to embrace vulnerability. So we're confront a lot of the struggles of that non-judgmental space so you can foster more authentic connections with the people that you love. We're going to realign with your values. We're going to learn new coping strategies, and we're going to forge some authentic connection. We're going to build a lot of camaraderie to hear that happens. I wanted to share with you what previous participants have said about this transformation. So here's what one guy said. I'm just going to read it to you. I loved the connection with those around me. It was eye-opening to learn how to open up and show love for myself and be okay with what's going on inside of me, no matter how hard or ugly I may see it. I specifically remember this man saying this and just being astounded by like, wow, if I'm around people that really open up, what can I explore and learn about myself in this intensive? He found it to be really eye-opening. So anyway, for more information and reserve your spot, go ahead and visit our website. And we'll provide some information for you. And then take the time to invest in yourself so you can start to lean in a more authentic way in your life. Looking forward to seeing you there. Let's get back to our episode.
With that shame, I just want to speak to both partners that I see both partners equally loathe the shame that's there. For the betrayed partner, it's so frustrating because you want to be heard and you want to be seen and you want them to be able to hold value to the things that you really have taken time and learned about and invested in. And you want to support and you want to help. And so that shame coming up and blocking that is incredibly painful and frustrating. And for the person who has done the betraying or the individual seeking recovery, how frustrating is it that you want to connect with your partner, you want to hear them, and then this shame comes up and that's all you can focus on. And then you find yourself mad at, why did I screw it up again? Why couldn't I just hear her? Why couldn't I, you know, go down the shame path, the shame spiral? And so it's frustrating for everybody. And so I want to just, I don't know, neutralize maybe isn't the right word, but just have empathy all around for the shame. And when we can recognize the shames at play and we can voice it and own it and have that antidote of letting it be seen so we can start removing it, that's where we really start to find the healing happening. So we can get to this place that we can hear each other.
Hey, let's talk about the black and whites in this, which is, okay, your partner comes and says, hey, I got a podcast episode for you. Okay, the black and white would be, yeah, cool. I'll listen to it right now. Right? Let me listen to it. Floating saint, people pleasing. I'm just going to do it because I know that's going to make her happy or satisfied with me, or let her know I'm in recovery, right? Or the other one is ignore her, say no, I don't have time for that. I think the healthy in between is okay, slowing that down and going, hold on, why would I listen to this? Why would this matter? Why is this important? Hey, why do you value this? Like, what's in it here for you? Genuine curiosity, right? But where it can be really problematic is if I feel like I lose my power in it. Like, I got to listen to it. And then frankly, I don't get anything out of it anyway.
Mm.
But what if I seek to understand and let that person know, even if I don't do it, that I value what they have to say and that I'm seeking to understand what it is. And I'll run into a little bit of doormat syndrome with this because my partner, along in the past, you've gone to a place where you've been like, your stuff's really a good idea. Like when you bring stuff to me, it's usually pretty solid. And then I go, man, is this just Alana's recovery or is this Luke's recovery? If I just listen to everything I said, but you'll notice like the victim mentality in that, right? That, oh, I didn't have a choice. So it's, just stopping, beginning curious, noticing why you're doing what you're doing.
Well, and I'll add the other piece of adding in your own value-based living. So when you slow that process down and then you go, okay, what are my values? Does this align with my values? Is this something that I want to do because it's value based? And then I'm going to own the choice I make. I'm either going to own the choice of I'm not going to listen to the podcast, or I'm going to own the choice of I do want to listen to it because here's the values it aligns with. So that process, I love that you said slow it down, get curious, and then bring in your own values. Values work is really important in this healing journey. And it's interesting. We won't go down this road, but it's just interesting to me how many clients who have acted outside of their values think that things aren't their values because they acted outside of them. Well, I can't value honesty because I've been dishonest. Well, I can't value my family because clearly I've hurt my family. And so they throw all these values out the window because they didn't live in them. And I'm like, no, the reason it's so painful is because you do value it and you lived outside of it. And so really learning and owning what those values are so you can start living more aligned with those values helps you then be able to better decide for yourself what is right and wrong in your recovery and be able to take influence because you can know what influence is to take and what influence isn't to take.
Yeah. We will be talking about that in future podcast episodes. If I've acted outside my values, can they even be my values? That can be a confusing place. And when you get clarity around it, it can be really empowering. Because we could bring a lot of hope, can make you feel less broken. They
Yeah.
can still be my values, even if I didn't follow them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. That was good, Alana. Any other things on that?
I think we'll leave it there. This
Okay.
was going to be just a fast episode with one single question. So I think that's probably a good way to wrap it up.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, thanks. I'd love to share with you what's upcoming, and we have something really unique coming up in June. So, for those of you who are in a healing profession who is helping take care of other people, therapists, coaches, especially, but even if you're a nurse working in the medical field, if you spend your time catering to everyone else and holding their pain and helping them through their hard, we have an intensive just for you. This is called Heal the Healer. And I love all my intensives, but this one holds such a special place in my heart because in Heal the Healer, it's where the healer gets to come and for a moment set everything down and let you be taken care of. And this isn't where you're going to come do a ton of workshops and lots of learning and have to stretch your brain. It's just where you get to come relax. You get to kick your feet up and have other professionals there ready to take care of you and cater to you. We have a gorgeous lodge house resort property that's all ours that has pools and saunas and ponds and paths and trails, and it's tucked in the Wasatch Mountains. We have a gorgeous place to stay. All of your meals are included. Activities are included. There'll be time for fun if you want to participate in that, and also time for downtime and rest. And best of all, you get that connection with other strong women who are holding it all together for somebody else and who are ready to be taken care of. So invest in you. Take care of you. We would love to have you there. I would love to hang out with you, and come with us in June to Heal the Healer.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. If this is something that you connected with, I'd love to meet with you more and talk about it. So what you can do is go to chooserecoveryservices.com or check the show notes. And there what we can do is set up a quick conversation to meet. Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Facade, where we unmask the authentic self.